General Hospital spoilers. Drew reveals the shooter to Willow, in a rare moment of clarity. General Hospital has never shied away from gut-punch twists that leave fans glued to their screens, and the latest storyline involving Drew Kane is no exception. Ever since Drew was shot in Port Charles, the mystery around his shooter has consumed the canvas, weaving together fractured families, buried secrets, and fragile loyalties. While Drew's condition has kept him hovering in a haze of pain, medication, and trauma, a rare moment of clarity changes everything. In a scene that promises to shake the Corinthos, Quartermain, and Davis families to their cores, Drew whispers the name of the person who pulled the trigger, and he chooses Willow as his confessor. Why Willow? Why now? And most importantly, what does she do with this explosive revelation that could alter Port Charles forever? This deep dive spoilers breakdown unpacks every layer of this 4,000-word epic: the shocking identity of the shooter, Drew's harrowing mental state, Willow's impossible choice, and how this revelation sets up a cascade of betrayals, heartbreaks, and vengeance. Buckle up, because this is not just a storyline. It's the kind of General Hospital saga that will be remembered for years. For weeks, fans have watched Drew drift in and out of consciousness. One moment, he's groaning in pain, barely aware of his surroundings. The next, he's mumbling fragments of words that no one can piece together. Sam, Carly, and Willow have all taken turns sitting vigil by his side, desperately trying to reach him. The Quartermain mansion has been buzzing with speculation. Was Drew targeted for his ties to Aurora Media? Did his association with Sonny paint a target on his back? Or was this attack a deeply personal betrayal tied to one of his lingering enemies? Hospital staff, Portia, Finn, Liz, have all reminded Drew's loved ones that brain trauma can cause distorted memories. But underneath that warning lies the gnawing fear that when Drew finally does speak coherently, the truth will rip lives apart. The choice of Willow as Drew's confidant is no accident. Drew and Willow's relationship has deepened in recent months. With Michael consumed by Yelku drama and Carly juggling chaos, Drew has quietly stepped into the role of steady support for Willow during her leukemia recovery. He's been more than just Michael's uncle figure. He's been a stabilizing force for Willow as she juggles motherhood, health, and her complicated relationship with Nina. So, when Drew finally has a fleeting moment of lucidity, it's Willow who happens to be there. And it's Willow who he chooses to trust with the one truth that no one else has heard. But that truth comes with a cost. Because once Willow knows, she can't unknow it. And her next decision may decide the fate of families already hanging by threads. The scene unfolds in haunting detail. It's late evening at General Hospital. The fluorescent lights buzz faintly, and Willow sits at Drew's bedside, reading softly from a children's book she brought for Scout. Her voice is steady, but laced with fatigue. She glances up when Drew stirs, his hand twitching weakly against the blanket. "Drew," she whispers. His eyelids flutter open, hazy but aware. For the first time, his gaze locks directly onto hers. No drifting. No confusion. Just sharp clarity. "Willow," he rasps. Willow leans forward, her heart racing. "I'm here. You're safe." But Drew shakes his head slowly. His expression is tortured, his voice strained. "No, not safe. You need to know. The shooter." Willow stiffens. "Drew, are you saying you saw who shot you?" With a trembling breath, Drew's eyes glisten. And then, in the kind of whisper that feels more like a curse, he says the name. The camera lingers on Willow's shocked face. Her hand flies to her mouth, her breath stolen. Whatever name Drew has spoken, it's someone she never expected. Someone who changes everything. General Hospital thrives on speculation, and this reveal is no different. Fans are already buzzing with theories, and the suspects list is long. Michael Corinthos, could Drew's own nephew, consumed by corporate wars and power struggles, have crossed a line no one thought possible? Nina Reeves, after being iced out of Willow's life, could Nina's rage have taken a violent turn? Valentine Cassadine, his endless web of secrets and connections could easily tie back to Drew's shooting. Carly Spencer, shocking, yes. But GH has played with betrayals before, and a twisted accident could set the stage for Carly's ultimate downfall. Jason Morgan. Fans love a jaw-dropper, and if Jason's return to town comes with dark shadows, could he have been forced into targeting Drew? An unknown enemy. A new villain introduced through Brennan's network, aiming to destabilize both Aurora and Sunny's world. No matter which name Drew uttered, the fallout is seismic. Willow is not a character who thrives in duplicity. She's built her world on honesty, even when it hurts. But now, she's carrying a secret that could burn Port Charles to the ground. If she tells Michael, she risks shattering their marriage. If the shooter is Carly or Jason, she risks fracturing her children's family forever. If it's Nina, the war between them explodes into an inferno. And if it's someone outside their immediate circle, someone with ties to Sunny or Valentine, then Willow holds a key that could make her the most dangerous person in town. The writers play Willow's internal conflict with precision. Scenes of her pacing the hospital corridors, staring at her reflection in the chapel, clutching her wedding ring while whispering, "What do I do?" When Willow finally hints to Michael that Drew spoke to her, his desperation is palpable. He pushes, demanding to know, but Willow hesitates. Her silence eats at him, straining their marriage and opening old wounds about trust and secrecy. If whispers circulate that Drew named Carly, chaos erupts. Carly finds herself defending not only her freedom but her morality, insisting she would never harm Drew. But evidence might suggest otherwise. Was she at the docks that night? Did someone see her near the scene? If Drew's clarity points to Nina, then Willow holds the power to destroy her biological mother once and for all. But Willow wrestles with guilt. Could her hatred for Nina blind her to the possibility that Drew's trauma clouded his memory? Should Jason be implicated, the town would split down the middle. Half would defend him to their dying breath. The other half would demand justice. And Willow would be caught between exposing him or protecting her children's uncle. Monica, though frail, insists on being kept in the loop. Tracy demands answers. Brooke, Lynn, and Ned circle like hawks, fearing that this shooter revelation could tank Yelku, depending on who's involved. Willow is suddenly thrust into Quartermain politics like never before, balancing loyalty to Drew with the crushing weight of family expectations. The pressure finally cracks her composure. In a tearful breakdown at the chapel, Willow whispers to God, "If I speak, I destroy everything. If I stay silent, I betray Drew. How do I choose?" This breakdown is overheard, not by Michael, not by Carly, but by Ava Jerome. And Ava, ever the opportunist, realizes she can use this knowledge to her advantage. The storyline crescendos when Drew has another rare window of clarity. This time, multiple people are present: Michael, Carly, Sam, Willow. And just as he begins to repeat the shooter's name, alarms blare. Drew's body convulses, doctors rush in, and his voice cuts out mid-syllable. Everyone turns to Willow. "What did he say?" Carly demands. "Willow, did Drew tell you who it was?" Michael presses. And Willow, caught between her husband and her conscience, finally speaks the name. The screen fades to black. High emotional stakes. Willow is one of GH's moral compasses. Forcing her into secrecy tests her integrity like never before. Quartermain versus Corinthos drama. The shooter reveal pits legacy families against each other in a fresh way. Multi-character fallout. From Nina to Carly to Jason, nearly every major player is affected. Avenue for long-term story. Whether Drew survives or not, his clarity sets off storylines that ripple for years. In the sprawling history of General Hospital, few scenes are as haunting as when a wounded character breaks through the fog of trauma to deliver a revelation that changes everything. Drew's whisper to Willow is one of those moments. Fans are left reeling, debating the shooter's identity, speculating on Willow's next move, and bracing for the fallout that promises to ignite every corner of Port Charles. Because in this town, one whispered name is enough to set the world ablaze. And Drew's rare moment of clarity may be his final gift, or his final curse.